So once you've got your three melodies created, um, each of them should sound pretty good with the chord progression they were created from. And the reason why is because the notes of the melody were selected from the notes that make up the chords. So when I look at this melody, what I'm looking at are what we call chord tones, because all of the notes that you see in the melody and here are in the chord. Now, the next thing we can do to sort of elaborate a little bit on our melodies is we can introduce what are called non-chord tones. So notice in the grid, some of these rows are a lighter shade and some are a darker shade. So to do this next step, you want to stay with the notes that are on these lighter rows. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click and drag to select everything. And then I'm going to click on the edge and drag left to make all the notes shorter. So what I've done is I've created some space in between each of the notes. So what I'm going to do now is anywhere, you can either click on the pencil tool here, or you can also use your option key. If you hold the option key down on your keyboard, it'll turn your cursor into the pencil. So what I'm going to do is in between these gaps between the notes, I'm going to click on some other pitches that are on the lighter colored rows. And I'm going to introduce what are called non-chord tones. So let's see. And I'll try to stay this way. And kind of continue this pattern. So all the notes that I'm adding in now, none of these notes are actually a part of the chord that the harmony is made of, but I'm hoping by adding these non-chord tones, it will help to add some interest to what I'm doing here. Make this a little longer. All right, so let me listen to the melody now. And actually, I'm going to come down and slow my tempo down on this a little bit. And I'm going to see how this works now. Okay, I like that a little better. And finally, I'm going to adjust the volume on my chords, make that a little softer to see if I can hear my melody a little better. Yeah. So if you get all your melodies done, that's something else you can do to work on making your melodies a little more interesting in how you can use chord tones. But remember, when we did this, I did not move any of the original chord tones. I just made them shorter to create some space where I could add non-chord tones in between the chord tones. Okay, I'll look forward to hearing what you're making.